So I wanted to make a video about oracle cards and specifically handmade cards, because one thing that you will notice if you watch my videos is that I always make sure to include at least one handmade deck in every video, every reading, every pile. And that is because I am a huge advocate of making your own decks, because I don't ever want anyone to feel as though they can't read cards if they don't have a whole bunch of fancy decks and hundreds of dollars sitting on shelves in the form of cardstock. I have several decks, yes, but that's because I've been doing this for years and I like to do it, and it's a collection thing. Not because I feel like it's not something that I can do without them. And as someone who earns a low income as a single parent, I just want everybody to understand that you don't have to have a whole bunch of fancy decks in order to do what you want to do and to read. And I also think that handmade decks are really important because you can put anything you want on them. You don't have to have purchased so many different types of decks for different types of readings and situations and whatnot. With that being said, this goes for tarot too. You can go buy some index cards and write down all the 78 tarot on them, and then on the back or whatever, write what they mean to you, and that would be a good way for you to learn and practice as well. Like I said, I have nothing against commercial decks. I have plenty of them, but I just wanted to show some of what I've done. And also, it's not always about cards. You can get answers anyway. You can pull up a yes or no generator on your phone, like Google it, yes or no wheel, and that could give you answers. Or I have Bruno here, he's my bud. He's got this little or I've also got this coin, yes or no. Just, you don't have to have a bunch of commercial expensive things. I want that just to be known, because I personally, years ago when I was first starting out, I got discouraged, kind of, because I didn't have the resources to have all of these things that the people I was watching had. But I kind of realized that wasn't, there's nothing wrong with it, but it's not truly necessary for me to get what I need. So, that being said, I just want to go over some of what I have. This was the first deck that I made myself. It's just index cards that I laminated and wrote stuff on. There's not really, I mean, it's got all kinds of different see, that one wanted to come out a minute ago, but you can get index cards at the Dollar Tree, well, the $1.25 tree, or the dollar store, Walmart, whatever. This is just a deck of plain cards I got off of Amazon. I wrote on it with crayon. Like, I borrowed some of my daughter's crayons and wrote on it. And they work just fine. Woo. Get your own approval first. Be more selfish. Keep it simple. Just random. Don't do things out of obligation. Don't feel obligated to own a bunch of things. All right. Quit. Because you're going to be just as good at doing what you do, whether you have one deck or 500 decks, because it's just cardstock and you are the one that does the work. And then these are business cards. I just got them on Amazon, wrote random stuff on them. This is more advice type. They work just fine. So these are just, I think it's just like business card variety or something like that. They're pretty easy to find, and they are not very expensive at all. And then these are just blank playing cards. So are those. I just laminated them. These are just blank playing cards I bought. You can get like 300 packs, I think, but I color the sides to kind of indicate different decks that I was going for. Oop. See, they work just fine. I'm a little shaky today because I actually have a brain injury, and you know, I have good days and bad days. But anyways, if you see my hands tremoring or neurological issues, it's nothing to be concerned about. It's normal for me. Chill out. And as you can tell, my fine motor skills are also affected by that. I was in a serious accident a few years ago, and depending on how much swelling I have in my neck and brain is just, you know, how it's going to be. But anyway, you can write on both sides like I did for these. You don't have to color the sides, you can. The possibilities are so endless. And that's why I love handmade decks so much, because like I said, I have plenty of commercial decks and I love them. I only keep decks that I genuinely use and like, and I gift the rest. But these are ones that I put stickers on and then laminated. Not the best laminating job. I probably should have gone with 5mm instead of 3, but relax. They're cute and they're effective. So that's another option if you have a lot of stickers. It's not necessary to laminate them, but they do last a little bit longer and they're more sturdy. If I can get a hold of them. As you can see, the lamination is not the best, but it keeps the stickers like from peeling as you shuffle. That's the word. I also have to search for words a lot when I'm like this. Oh, see? Speaking of not the best lamination, that one's coming up all together, so I need to tape it. And then these are songs. These have been featured in many of my videos. These are all random songs that I found or that I already knew. You can write on the back. You don't have to. I only did it on a few because I got tired of doing it, to be honest. But And you can use, I mean, this is regular pen. I use regular pen on these. Like I said, I use crayon on these, stickers. These are shiny markers. My fancy nails. These are more business cards. These are, let me see if I can find it. I just bought this at Walmart. You get 10 cards per sheet and you can print them, or you can do what I did on these, and I just painted on one side, wrote on the other. You get 100 cards. This one was meant to be more like a relationship-y type. Worked just fine. They shuffled just fine. And this is just with Sharpie. And then this last one I just made a couple nights ago maybe. And it's the same. And I just printed my little channel name on one side. And then I used the Canva app for the other ones. Speaking of my my health, this one, one thing that I, like I've said multiple times, I like that these are so highly personal. And as far as health goes, my left hand is more affected than my right. Well, my left side. Anyway, this is a picture of my actual walker that I use here at home when I'm having difficulty maintaining equilibrium. I do have hearing aids because I'm partially deaf, and I have been on daily medications for years, and I intentionally put health instead of medical, and that's just one of the ways that I personalized this particular deck. It's a picture of my fiance and I. And you're not going to find those specific things anywhere else. Like, you're not, I mean, obviously you're not going to find pictures of yourself on other people's decks. That might be a little weird unless you're a model, but these are flowers that I hand dyed, and then a cake that I personally made. This was kind of like intended to be more of like a, I don't know, tea deck or gossip deck or however you want to say it, but I'm not, I don't really do readings like that. I like to watch them, but I don't really do that. So it was kind of hard for me, but it works just like any other deck. So those are the handmade decks that I have right now. I will probably add to it in the future, but it's really important for me to show these in all of the videos that I do make, because as I've said, I really want it to be known that you can do this on your own. You don't have to have a bunch of stuff, and that you can make your own things that are really highly personalized for what specific readings you want to do. So that's just a fun little, I guess, collection video, but I'll take a picture of the little shelf that I have them on and include that too. But with these, I used, like I said, the Canva app to make this side, well, and that side. But then you go to avery.com if you buy these, and you can make the templates on there and print them. I just use my regular printer here at home. So